And hometown product Augie Sanchez in a non-title featherweight bout scheduled for 10. A classic case of youth versus experience. Favorite Augie Sanchez out of Cheyenne High School here in Las Vegas. Is he rushing into too big of a fight after his loss to Prince Nassim Hamed? A wild one, an unexpected opportunity. Sanchez got in his licks, but ultimately he was carried out on a stretcher, victim of a powerful four-punch combination to the head in round 4. But he did drop Hamed, although ruled a slip. Interesting career. He fell short of the '96 Olympics thanks to Floyd Mayweather. Won his first 16, KO'd in the first by a journeyman. Fell out of favor with the local media, and then he won 10 straight until Hamed. And two-time world champion Luisito Espinosa won the WBA bantamweight belt in '89, but where he really flourished as WBC featherweight champ. 7 successful defenses. Career filled with ups and downs, revered in the Philippines, yet he's also been yesterday's news. Over 16 years in the ring. Many feel he's past his prime, but in his day, the Filipino version of Tommy Hearns, known as the Manila Hitman, but he has lost 2 of his last 3. All right, let's check the numbers as we go to the tail of the tape. As mentioned, big 10-year difference in age. Espinosa has the 2.5-inch height advantage. He also has a 4-inch edge in reach. At yesterday's weigh-in, both a shade over featherweight in what is a 128-pound catchweight bout. And at fight time, Espinosa 132, Sanchez 131. Key rules: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th, it's a no contest. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecards. So here at Texas Station in Las Vegas, getting ready for our co-feature, Luisito Espinosa versus Augie Sanchez. The formal introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the Texas Station Gambling Hall and Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, as we have a big night of action coming your way, and it's all brought to you by America Presents, Matchmaker Thomas Brown, and Showtime Championship Boxing in association with Station Casinos, the leading entertainment company in Las Vegas. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we present a featherweight special attraction scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. It is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem. Physicians at ringside, we have Dr. James Game, Dr. Al Capana, and Dr. Jeff Davidson. Timekeepers at the bell also keeping count of the knockdowns. We have Al Bisick and James Cavan. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring the bout, all from Las Vegas, Nevada: Bill Graham, Patricia Jarman Manning, and Dalby Shirley. Introducing the 3rd man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first, on my right, he is fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing gold trunks with silver trim, fighting out of and representing his home of Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in at 127 pounds with a record of 26 wins, 2 losses, with 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the IBF number 9 ranked featherweight contender in the world, introducing Augie Kid Vegas Sanchez. His opponent across the ring on my left, ready to fight in the red corner in this 10-round attraction. He is wearing white trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Daly City, California, by way of Manila in the Philippines. He weighed in at 127 1/2 pounds with a record of 45 wins and 9 losses. He has 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former WBA Bantamweight World Champion, the former WBC Featherweight World Champion, and currently ranked the number 3 contender, introducing Luisito Espinosa. Once again, a referee in charge, Joe Cortez, now to give instructions, 10 rounds of boxing schedule.
Simple, baby.
All right, gentlemen. We went over the rules of the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. I want good sportsman-like conduct, understand? I want you to keep those punches up. I don't want anything below, right below here. It's still good. Everything is a little high right here, Louis. All right, give me a clean fight. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm.
Right on.
Touch him up.
Much riding on these performances tonight in terms of title contention. Bobby, your keys.
Well, for Espinosa, the first thing he has to do is use good lateral movement. Sanchez is flat-footed. Also, keep a fast pace. Sanchez never been past 7. And lastly, use his range, good overhand right. It's a key. For Sanchez, he has to come forward. He's very flat-footed. He can't win this fight going backwards. Also, control that pace so he's comfortable. Those late rounds could be important. And land his power shots. He has good power in both hands. Hopefully wear Espinosa down en route to a victory.
Sanchez, not known as a fast starter, takes a while to warm up. Although he averages just over 3 rounds, an aggressive pressure type guy with a lot of heart. Espinosa at his best, very aggressive, busy, always coming forward. In the ring is mentioned over 16 years. He told us 2 more years, and that's going to do it. So my question, Bobby, as we open up here, is Espinosa too experienced for Sanchez or too old?
Well, you know, Steve, especially if this fight gets late, rounds 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, no 11 in this fight, but he's been 10, he's been 11, he's been 12. Those late round experienced fighters, if the fight gets late, it'll be a huge factor.
Sanchez has good punching power and explosive left hook. That's his knockout punch, his primary weapon. However, the right was very effective against Prince Nassim Hamed. He has 8 first-round knockouts, but he's never been past round 7. So Espinosa said he'll fight a fast pace, make Sanchez work, keep him on his heels, that eventually he'll wear Sanchez down. Sanchez normally a flat-footed type fighter.
Sanchez is very methodical, very slow to start, and he picks his spots. He doesn't go crazy. He likes to work his way in and feel what he needs to feel, as he puts it, to get in the groove. And I'll tell you what, first fight back off the Hamed fight, he's taking on a legitimate threat in Espinosa, and I tip my hat to him. A lot of guys take walkovers just to get back in the winning column, get in their groove. He's taking a legitimate threat.
Sanchez, like tonight's main event fighter, Roberto Garcia, not ducking tough opponents. Sanchez says the fact that he's never gone real deep into a fight is not a factor. He trains for 10 rounds.
Yeah, as he said, it's not my fault that they didn't make it.
Right. If he's going to knock people out, why not continue to do that? Well, he says he's not only fully recovered from the loss to Hamed in August, he says he's gained from it. It made him a better fighter, more disciplined. Time will tell.
You know, it's how fighters come back from big-time losses, is gauging of the caliber, of their character, and of the caliber fighter that they can become. And sometimes it destroys fighters, and sometimes it does make them better.
And particularly the dramatic way he left that fight on a stretcher, went to a hospital, and he was really hammered by Hamed in that 4th round. A terrific combination to the head that sent him sprawling. And Sanchez said he'll combat Espinosa's busy, aggressive style by staying in control and pressuring Espinosa. Espinosa averages close to 7 rounds per fight, but said if he feels his opponent can't hurt him, he'll go for the KO. 15 of his 24 knockouts are in 3 rounds or less.
Right now, the best punch landed by Sanchez has been the overhand right, and the counter hook for Espinosa has been his weapon.
Yeah, he feels his best strength is his counter punching, Espinosa. But by and large, he's an aggressive, busy fighter who likes to press the action, as you can see.
Well, Espinosa's got a nice, long, rangy body. See, tall and sharp. He can lean and bang if you miss punches. You get great leverage on his counter punches.
That's why he had been compared in Manila to Tommy Hearns, long and lean with raw power.
Keep giving them the different angles, okay? All right, don't back straight up on him.
Snapping that jab, he can't do nothing, he's just following, okay? Keep giving him the lateral movement, okay? No, watch that. No, not the ice. Hold on, let me get him back. Relax. So, yeah, let me get that. Give him some water, okay?
Miguel, tiene la grasa. Nice and relaxed. Augie, the jab is working. You got to throw it a little more, okay? He's not hitting you with nothing now. The hands are right there where they want to be. Just keep them right up on top of yourself. He's looking for the big shot now. That was the best he's got, round number 1. This will be the second best he's got, round number 2. You understand what I'm saying to you? Hey, you understand? Augie, you understand?
Yeah, there's the ice. Here's the ice.
You can hear the words of trainer Pat Barry in the corner of Augie Sanchez. He wants to see Augie busier here in the 2nd round. Didn't throw enough punches, and feeling that he had taken the hardest punch that he could from Espinosa, so he shouldn't have anything to fear.
Well, he took a nice left hook. I don't know that it was Espinosa's best shot, and he has to be busy. There's no way he can win this fight. If he's going to stay on the outside like that and not press him, he needs to close the gap, get inside. He needs to be effective and land, especially a guy that's 10 years older than him. Let's see what he has left in his gas tank.
Barry, who is Augie Sanchez's father-in-law, took over from Augie's father, Juan, who unfortunately passed away a little over a year ago. Pat Barry, also a juvenile detective here in Las Vegas.
See, from the range they're at now, this is where Sanchez can't really stay and be effective. He's not going to reach very effectively with his power shots. He's going to have to leap in. He needs to shut that down and get inside. Whether he slips or blocks it, he has to move in.
Sanchez with the gold glitter, Espinosa in the silver. While Sanchez's big weapon has been the left hook, the right hand did have major impact with Hamed, even though he lost. He dropped Hamed with a double straight right in the second, but that was ruled a slip. It looked clean from here, but he later rocked Hamed with a big left hook, his signature punch.
Right now, his left hook hasn't been a factor at all. The best punches he has landed was the right hand, but he's not throwing enough. If you only throw 5 punches and you land all 5, it's 5. If you throw 30 and land half, you still got triple what you landed with the 5.
And that's precisely what Pat Barry wanted out of him. There was a double triple left hook that missed by Augie Sanchez. Slow pace here, nearing the end of round 2, less than a minute. I asked Sanchez what happened in his first loss in '98 after winning his first 16. He got knocked out in the first by a journeyman named Edgar Garcia. Sanchez simply said he got lazy and took Garcia for granted.
And on top of that, he didn't see the punch that hit him. And sometimes when you don't see them, your mind doesn't have a chance to brace your body for the impact, and it's lights out.
And then he reeled off 10 straight before the loss to Hamed, trying to bounce back from that loss here tonight against the veteran, 2-time world champion Luisito Espinosa. Good counter punching by Sanchez after the wild missing by Espinosa, who just walked into a right uppercut.
A nice combination here by Sanchez, and all those punches had good power in them.
So a good finish to round 2 for the Las Vegas native, Augie Sanchez. Well, it's a family affair here in Las Vegas. There is the wife of Augie Sanchez, Dawn, celebrating her 21st birthday today, and hopes that her husband provides her with a nifty birthday present with a W.
Talked about the good power that Sanchez does have. Here he closes in on Espinosa. He gets that gap shut down. Makes a miss. That shot was grazing, but that right uppercut was very, very solid. Hook again, not real big, but he's slipping nice on the inside there, making Espinosa miss and making him pay, even more importantly.
Espinosa won the WBA bantamweight belt in '89, a first-round knockout over Calcor Galaxy. 2 successful defenses. Lost it to Israel Contreras in his home base of Manila. Didn't fight for a title again until '95 when he won the WBC featherweight crown over Manuel Medina with a decision. 7 successful title defenses, and then he lost the belt to Cesar Soto in a rematch.
Come on, keep him up, man, keep him up.
Veteran referee Joe Cortez telling Espinosa to keep him up. Espinosa's been down 7 times in his career, 54 professional fights, 45-9, 24 knockouts. But as mentioned, he's lost 2 of his last 3 fights to Cesar Soto and Gute Espadas.
And he'll be the first one to tell you, he said, if I don't think that he can hurt me, meaning Sanchez, I'll go right at him to destroy him. And he's not doing that now, so he must have some respect for the power he's felt in the first couple of rounds.
Sanchez, 23 of his 26 wins by knockout, so he does have some pop. Rated number 9 by the IBF at 126. Espinosa number 3 by the WBC.
Still a bit of a chess match here. On the inside, obviously Sanchez has the advantage. On the outside, clearly the advantage goes to Espinosa. There's been a little in and a little out. Nice body shot, nice right hand. Sanchez rocked him well.
All over Espinosa, gorgeous combination to the head. Espinosa says, all right, bring it on, Augie. And there's a right hand to the head and a couple of lefts. Beautiful hooks by Sanchez to Espinosa's head.
He hurt Espinosa. I saw his left leg actually quiver. He almost dropped him with that right hand.
Sanchez dominating here in round 3. And you can hear the crowd chanting in unison for their hometown favorite, Augie. Sanchez does have potent punching power. Oh, down goes Espinosa. Down for the 8th time in his illustrious career.
7, 8.
Punch before the one that dropped him was the one that hurt him, and the other one was just sort of a coup de grace, finish him off a little bit.
Just for good measure. Down at 2:05 of round 3. Now looking to survive the final 32 seconds is Espinosa. Sanchez trying to finish it here.
Sanchez is taking his time too. He's not rushing, using very measured punches, not wasting much at all.
Sanchez bouncing back from that loss to Prince Nassim Hamed, where he actually put forth a pretty solid showing despite the loss, and looking very sharp here. There's a beautiful straight right to the head.
It hasn't been the left hook, it's been the right hand. There it is again.
Tremendous round for Sanchez. The wife of Luisito Espinosa, Marie Sherry, very concerned.
Okay, Louis, how you feel here?
Feeling good?
You feel all right? Okay, Gally, I'm here to protect you. I don't want you to start taking any unnecessary punishment. You start taking more punches like that, I'm about to stop this fight. You understand? Okay, I'm here to protect you, buddy.
Hey, Louis, you're getting too wide, man. Too wide. Get nice and tight. Okay? Keep your shots down the middle.
Well, watch that right hand. Augie Sanchez throws it, hurts him. Now he goes to the body there, but there's a nice short right hand up top and a second one to the ear. And he comes back with another right hand. You see him hesitate. It's sort of a delayed effect, and that right hand sends him to the canvas. He had a nice right hand before that sequence that hurt him, but that one made him come.
So now we begin round 4. Espinosa tasting the canvas in round 3. Sanchez doing a neat job of blocking a lot of those punches and also bobbing and weaving, being very elusive defensively, making Espinosa miss.
The right hand is getting home time and time again. Lead right hands, jab right hands, overhand rights, counter rights. Augie's best weapon tonight is not his left hook.
And as we mentioned earlier, against Hamed, even though he lost, his right hand was effective. Oh, gorgeous right uppercut on the jaw of Espinosa.
That was a beautiful sequence with that right uppercut. He slipped the punch, stepped over, and brought the right hand up underneath. That's how you draw it up on the book. Textbook counter punch. That was beautiful.
The right hand by Espinosa that got through, but it didn't seem to phase Sanchez that much.
Espinosa needs to step more with that jab and get Augie off balance. If he lets him sit on his, just sit there flat-footed like that, he's gonna have problems.
The quickness of Sanchez defensively has not allowed Espinosa to land too many clean punches. And now Augie Sanchez digging to the ribs. Oh, beautiful combination to the head. Espinosa's in trouble. He's all over Espinosa. Espinosa tasting a lot of leather here, and I think he wants to quit. It's all over. Sanchez wins. Don Sanchez can celebrate. A nice birthday present for Don. Gift wrap from her husband Augie, and let's just hope that Espinosa is all right. He's on the stool right now. He's a rugged old warrior when he loses for the 10th time.
Those ring years and wars will add up quickly. Trust me, I know.
The skills diminish. the reflexes, the timing. They're the first to go. And in light of Sanchez's last fight, what has to be considered an upset to some people, although he was favored 8-5, some people felt that he may have been taking on too much of a risk here in the very, very polished and experienced Espinosa. But despite the big age difference, it was youth over experience. Sanchez, 10 years younger than the two-time world champ, able to prevail, gets a nice kiss from the birthday girl, Dawn, his wife, turned 21. There's Pat Barry, Miguel Diaz, one of the top cutmen and trainers in the business. And now the other side, Marie Sherry, with the look of concern on her face, the wife of Luisito Espinosa.
You can tell that she's sort of ring-tested tough, too, because she's used to this. She's been with him a long time, seen him through some of these wars and losses. Now you're going to watch here. Espinosa comes in, a few sequences. There's a jab that goes this way, and what happens is Sanchez takes his head, slips it, and fires the uppercut underneath as we clear this, and it's textbook. It's just perfect. There's one uppercut that comes, and it's the second uppercut that really, not this one, but watch this one. Slip, bang. That is how you draw it up. That is how you draw it up. Make a guy miss and make him pay. Now watch the stoppage. The right hands were just getting home. I don't think Luisito Espinosa ever really picked that left hand up to block. He just sits there, then he bends over with his left hand. Look at it down. It's at his waist. And every right hand is hitting him. And Augie just here turning southpaw a little bit, right hooking him, and every right hand just landed no matter where he threw it from.
Espinosa just cowering away, and eventually the fight had to be stopped. There was the reaction when it happened by the wife of Augie Sanchez, 21-year-old Dawn Sanchez, as she celebrates the victory. So Sanchez fighting here in his own backyard of Las Vegas with the victory. Let's get it up to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 36 seconds in round number 4. Our referee in charge, Joe Cortez, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, Augie Kid Vegas Sanchez.
And a good job by Joe Cortez, the referee, to step in and protect the elder Luisito Espinosa. Good crowd on hand to help Augie's wife, Dawn, celebrate her birthday as Augie ups his record to 27-2 with 24 knockouts. Espinosa drops to 45-10. He's now lost 3 of his last 4 fights and has to really consider what to do in the near future. And Sanchez feels that a win over a quality guy like Espinosa will lead to another title shot. Coming up next, our main event. It's the WBA Super Featherweight Championship. Unbeaten Joel Casamayor versus former world champion Roberto Garcia. We go into the dressing room of the champion. Casamayor fled the dictatorship of Fidel Castro to help feed his family by sending money, also to seek a world title. Says he's not looking past the very game. Roberto Garcia, with major bucks and greatness looming, extremely dedicated under Joe Goosen after enjoying the party life of South Beach in Miami just after defecting, moved out to Van Nuys, California to train hard. Known for his blazing speed, but word is his power has improved immensely. Goosen says he'll put on a show tonight that people will not forget. We're set for post-fight reaction to Jim Gray in the ring.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Augie, first of all, you're holding your right hand. Did you hurt your hand there in the last sequence?
Yeah, those uppercuts were catching him flush. And
did you break it?
No, I didn't break it. It just a little hurt, and that's all.
A lot of people thought that maybe Hamed took a lot out of you after the August 19th fight when you lost that fight. In fact, it shows tonight maybe you've learned something. What did you learn specifically from that fight?
Not to be so nice inside the ring. not to be nice to my opponents, and to go do what I got to do. And after the fight, then we shake hands.
Let's take a look at a couple of those uppercuts here in the final round. If our monitor comes back on, there we go. And tell us about it.
Well, I knew he was falling in every time, and I knew I was going to catch him with those. We've been working on those in the gym and just staying focused.
And here we go now as we jump to the end of the fight. I thought, as Steve Albert said, it was a great fight for the referee, Joe Cortez, to step in one time, this time early before he got hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt pretty bad, and it was a good call on George Cortez's part. I think maybe even the first round was enough for him. But I'm glad that he's okay, and I'm going to move on from here.
What would you like to do next now? What's your path from here?
Well, I mean, everyone is telling me I'll coming back fighting with such a quality fighter after the Hamed fight. And in order to be the best, you got to fight the best, and that's what I'm out there to do. I want to climb that ladder and get back up to the top.
Finally, let me ask you, Augie, how much of a change has it been to go to your father-in-law, Pat, from your father, who unfortunately passed away? Has that been a difficult transition the past year?
Well, yeah. I mean, but I know right now. I know he's looking down on me, and also my grandfather-in-law. He just passed away. This actually, I didn't tell my in-laws that this was dedicated to him, but this fight was dedicated for my grandfather-in-law.
All right. And your wife had a happy birthday, huh?
Yeah, this was also my wife's birthday present, and we're going to celebrate. And I would also like to thank America Presents Dan Guzin for giving me this opportunity to take.
It's rare that people thank Dan.
Yeah, well,
Just kidding.
I got to take.
We'd like to hear what's next.
I got to get up to the top, and Dan Guzin is the man to take me up there.
Dan, what is next?
Hey, listen, Augie already said it best. He learned a lot in that last fight with Hamed, and we're going for a world title fight. That's what we're going for. I think he won a lot of fans out here in Las Vegas. He's the only hometown grown fighter out here in Las Vegas. They needed someone other than Elvis.
All right, well, congratulations to you. Happy birthday to you, and let's send it back now to Steve Albert.
All right, thank you very much, Jim Gray. Let's check the online scoring results from our opening bout. And there you see it, Augie Sanchez in control, 3-1, and the judges also seem to feel the same way. Bill Graham had it Sanchez 29-27, Patricia Jarman Manning the same, and the very same by Dalby Shirley, the three judges all from Las Vegas. If you took part in the online scoring, we thank you for your participation. The online voting will continue with the start.